Hey everyone, Cynthia here with the Nameless Homestead, and it is heat wave day 3, aka hard mode. Today is supposed to be getting up to 112 degrees, and then after that, it's supposed to steadily come down, with tomorrow being 110 and so forth. So hopefully this is the last day of the heat wave vlog. We'll see how the weather decides to behave, but I feel like if we can make it through today, we can make it through the rest of the week. I'm very anxious about it. You might notice that I'm in my bee suit, because we're getting an early start this morning. It's just after 7 a.m., just under 85 degrees, and you guys may have seen in my previous video that we experienced our very first wild-caught swarm that invaded our shed where we store the rest of our bee boxes not currently in use. Well, we didn't just catch one swarm, we caught two, as it turns out. So I've got to get them moved out of the shed next to the other hive, and I got to do it ASAP before it gets crazy out, because if you've ever kept bees, it gets to be about 1 billion degrees inside these bee suits. So I'm rocking it in a sports bra and shorts. My husband got me this cool little toy at work yesterday. That little breeze is nice. Thank you guys for hanging out and keeping me company along for the ride. It does a lot for moral support, surprisingly. Well, let's go get these bees moved, shall we? Oh my gosh, it is 1 billion degrees in this suit, but now we have 2 extra hives here. Man, homesteading keeps you on your toes. Just, you know, make all the plans and everything, but keep it open-ended, expect change. So I still have to go feed the second hive, or rather the first hive, the swarm hive that we caught, and our other 3 bee boxes, all before it gets to be 112 degrees out. So I gotta do that, and then I gotta take care of all the big animals. So I'll see you in a minute. Time for the first water drop-off of the day. Why are you such a silly boy? You are inside the pasture in a sliver of shade. Is there any water left in this bucket? Well, at least there's that. Why don't you go around, come join everybody, dum-dum? Already panting, poor Beebs. Does this alpaca need some water? Goaty! Are you thirsty? My sweet baby. It's so reassuring watching them drink, because based on my understanding, based on my research, it's when they stop drinking and they stop eating and they stop grazing is when you really have to worry. It's 9 o'clock in the morning and it's easily 100 degrees already. So that means we're done with our morning chores. Everybody has water, everybody's up, everyone's moving. Paige and Paloma are all the way over at the barn. I honestly think that's kind of smart of them, because I just hosed down Paloma, our black alpaca, that poor thing, and I watered the ground in front of the barn, so hopefully the soil will be cooler, and I'm going to try to do that as a rotation so that wherever they are congregating, hopefully the soil will be somewhat cooler for them to lay on. Hey, you two get along. Ginger, I would really like to see you drink some water. Ginger was acting pretty lethargic this morning. Oh, Sandra, I know it's hot, but there's no reason to be a cranky little twit. 2 o'clock check-in is when it's really gonna be hitting the fan. See you all then. Hey everyone, back for our afternoon update, and I actually wanted to show you guys a little bit about some creative ideas that we've come up with to keep cool inside the house before I take you guys outside to see how the animals are doing, which thankfully, as of last check, everyone's doing well. Paloma, our black alpaca, scared me half to death because I looked out our back windows and saw her laying down in the sun in the middle of the pasture. I do not know what she was thinking. But I ran out there and she got up and shook herself off and was going back to the barn before I even got all the way to her. So, needless to say, my temperature has been up quite a bit, and in our home, we have big, beautiful windows. Look at these big, beautiful windows. Look at those big, beautiful doggies. We also have these big beautiful windows and the messy dining room kitchen area. Do apologize. Life has been a little too chaotic for me to keep up on the housework. Now I came up with an idea for our glass window, or our glass door rather, as in our kitchen that leads out to our back door, which was successful, if not a little bit ghetto. It was just taping some standard computer paper to the glass to hopefully make it so that the sun beating in wasn't quite so severe, because that's the south side, so that's the most rough. That's the back porch I've been standing on to show you guys my thermometer that blows off the charts. Well, my husband, who's really the brains of the operation around here, took that concept to the next level, and he picked up from work cling paper. So check this out. This comes on and off super, super easy. This cling film, decorative cling film, you can get it in different patterns if you want to, and we did a lot of our windows, especially on the south facing side of our house, in that, and it has cooled the house down dramatically. And thank God, because today, like I said earlier, is that 112 degree day, which we are fast approaching that temperature now. I've been implementing a lot of the ideas and suggestions that you guys have been making on Facebook, on Instagram, down in the YouTube comments. It has been so helpful. Thank you guys for interacting with me and having this conversation, especially those of you who are from Arizona and those hotter regions, because us Washingtonians are not prepared for this. We got watermelon, and I went out there and gave it to the birds once already this afternoon. They couldn't have cared less about it. But the goats, especially Puck and Paige, love it. So I'm gonna chop up some watermelon. We're gonna go outside, check on the goats, and then show you guys what a goat who is horking down slices of watermelon as fast as they can looks like. So let's head outside. Hi, pygmy. Yeah. Is that good? Yes. See, we love watermelon. Yeah, you take that piece. Penny, you like watermelon? Alessandra? You think, honey? You want some? Cool off in this nice hot day? Yeah? Paigey, look what I got! A watermelon! Want some watermelon, mamas? Come here, hot baby. You love watermelon, huh? Yeah, everybody loves watermelon except for the chickens, because they're stupid. Yeah. Let's go in the shade, come on. Hey, that is not a duck bath. Do you mind? I'm gonna have to wash that again. Come on, honey, let's get in the shade. Apparently the waterer is a duck sauna. Whatever works. Here, can I break that off for you? No, you got it? You got it under control? Oh, Paige. And while we're out here, I can show you guys our little ducklings that were just born. And that are now apparently going over to a different mother. So this hen over here is still on eggs, and she's taking them all out of the nest one by one. I think she's trying to separate them to try to keep them cool. And yes, this hissy monster in a stall full of mess has 2 babies. That baby doesn't belong over there. He's very confused. I need to figure out a situation for her, but right now the stall is fine and confused babies isn't a big deal. But tipped over waters are a problem, lady. You keep doing that. So she was sitting on a whole clutch of eggs, and they were hatching since yesterday. They're hatched out today, and I checked the rest of the eggs, and they were all either infertile or duds or early quitters, so I'm not sure what happened there. Bad luck, I suppose, for that hen. Hi, chickens. Look at you, you silly, silly duck. It really is a lot cooler under here around the barn. You can see how wet the ground is. It looks like it looks like a big old wet and muddy poo pile, but it's because I've been soaking the ground liberally every time I come out here, so that when the shade is changing directions around it, everything is damp enough that it can be more cool and comfortable for them to hang out on. Is that good watermelon, big man? You about finished that bucket? Yeah? I'm gonna go give some to the chickens now, okay? Hey everyone, it's evening, 8 o'clock of day 3, the final home stretch of this incredible, crazy heat wave. It is currently 90 degrees out here, and it is a reprieve from earlier temperatures exceeding 111 to 112, depending on which weather station you ask or app you look at. The animals are finally moving out and about again, so that is great. I don't think we've lost any chickens. I haven't done a head count yet because they all spread out. It's hard to count them, but I haven't found anything sad. Baby ducks pulled through well. Everyone's doing out here good. I do worry about Ginger Bear. Ginger, you seem so tired, little bear. How are you feeling? I don't want to go over there and bother them, but I do worry about her. But her ears are perked up, and I've seen her drink water, and I've seen her pee recently. We're still hot, we're still panting, but we're all alive. We have survived the heat of the day at 112 degrees. We're all tired, we're all weary, but we made it. I've learned so much from this experience. Tomorrow, the high is expected to be 110, which is still horrendous, but then it's supposed to start coming down. And I feel now that we've conquered the peak, we're on the downhill of this marathon, of this trek, and now we have things in plan and in place and some experience under our belts to help carry us through the next several days as we reduce in temperature. And if this happens again, which pray to God it won't. This is apparently a once in a 1,000-year weather event for our region, and is due to some very complicated and interesting weather events that I read up on today, called a heat dome, because of a really extreme high pressure shelf in our region. So that was interesting and fascinating. And this one was particularly big and particularly brutal. Why? Because climate change. We got a lot of work to do if we're gonna adapt to the way the world is changing environmentally. Thanks all for coming and hanging out with me through this experience. Being able to just vlog through this, it really helped my anxiety with the whole situation. It gave me something to do that I felt more in control of, which is an interesting experience. See you next week.